welcome to my very first YouTube video. Bear with me if it's a bit rusty because I don't even know where I'm meant to be looking. I'm filming this on my iPhone. It's going to be very rough and ready, but hey ho, it's not about that, it's about the story. So, as by the title, yes, I am getting a breast augmentation. Finally getting my boobs done, and I'm so excited. As we are currently, I'm less than a week away from surgery, so this time next week it will all be over and I'll be home and I'll have my new boobs, and honestly I really can't wait. This has been a very long process for me. I am currently 35 years old, so this is not a decision that I've taken lightly. It is also the first cosmetic procedure that I've ever had, surgery wise. I have had aesthetic treatments, Botox and filler, but I've never had any elective surgery before. So this is no way at all an endorsement of someone having surgery or me saying to anyone to go and get it, because wow, I've sat on this whole situation for many years now. I have got two children. They're currently 15 and 10. And they're probably a massive factor as to why I didn't have my breast augmentation a long time ago. But if I'm honest, I'm so glad that I didn't, because after breastfeeding successfully, which was amazing, loved it, they're just empty. I mean, you can't really see because I am in a black top, but I don't really have anything here. It's kind of gone. So I just want to, you know, fill them up so I can comfortably wear my swimsuits on holiday and not have to wear maximizer bras anymore, because they're not really that comfy, if I'm honest. But if you don't want a cosmetic procedure, then I highly recommend maximizer bras, because the majority of mine are from places like Primark or supermarkets like Asda, and so they're not expensive and they really do their job. So much, in fact, to the point where telling my colleagues that I'm having a boob job, they were like, you don't need one, you don't look like you need one, but that is all thanks to the maximizer bra. But obviously when you're on holiday and you're in your nice swimsuit, having the time of your life with a cocktail or 10, you can't wear your maximizer bras there because it's just so hot, and you can't get, in all the research I've done anyway, maybe you can, so don't quote me, but you can't get a really heavily maximizer bra kind of swimsuit. So I just want them done for a number of reasons. You know, my children are now at a really nice age where I'm not having to pick them up and things like that, so it's just the right time for me. My consultation process actually began in, what year would we be? So my son was born in 2006, so I think the first time that I saw a surgeon was actually 2007, after I'd stopped breastfeeding my son, because I was really unhappy then, and I was only 20 years old or 21 then. So now I'm 35. It's been a massive long process, but I think anything happens that should at the right time, and that's it. We're here now and I'm so excited. So yeah, what's happened so far then? So I had to find a new surgeon. It is the same hospital branch, but not in my area where I live any longer. It's a good hour's drive away now. Purely because the hospital branch that I was going with, because it's a private hospital where I'm having my surgery, they are now helping the NHS, which is brilliant, because obviously from COVID last year, still ongoing, it's just messed up so much, and you know, people that have surgery that's needed is obviously always priority over anything collective, and that hospital has now decided to purely help the NHS for the foreseeable, so they're not taking on any patients for cosmetic procedures, which is completely understandable. I didn't mind. I was only upset because I kind of liked the fact that I was going to be having a female surgeon, because I just thought to myself, you know, well, who knows boobs better than another woman? But it's not the case at all. I don't really believe that theory. My surgeon in particular has over 25 years experience, and his field of specialist field, you know where I'm coming from. His specialist area is actually breast reconstruction. He was incredibly honest with me when I saw him on my first consultation. This happened really quick actually, the first one did. I literally chose him and booked with him, and I think it was the Saturday that I got the call, and on the Tuesday I actually had my first consultation with him, so that one was really quick. I've done that much research and everything that when I did speak to him, I didn't hear anything that I'd not heard already or researched already. So I knew I'd been doing the right research in the right places. I highly recommend that you research the hell out of any procedure that you have, whether it's a tattoo, whether it's a bit of Botox, just anything. Just really research anyone that is going to be doing that procedure on you, because there's too many people that are just popping up all over the place now doing procedures and things, and you just want to be safe. And even if it means that you've got to be put on a waiting list, then so what? Your dream will come true, but you want it to be right. You don't want to have, you know, anything dodgy happen, because this is your body, and if something goes wrong, it's going to really affect you more than how you feel about a certain part of your body as it is in its natural state. So my first consultation, it was quite long actually, and this is obviously because when you're there, you're going through so many details with him and or her, and you just need to get all your information in, and you do try on some sizes as well. I don't really know how I feel about the sizes, if I'm honest, because they don't really do you any justice for what it's actually going to be like. Because when you have to put the dummy implant into this like kind of vest that they give you, it wasn't a bra, it was like a vest. I don't have any pictures because I was a bit shy and I didn't really want to ask him oh, can I take some photos because I'm going to be vlogging my experience. I felt like a bit of an idiot to say that to him, so I just didn't. Typical me. But yeah, they didn't really do me too much justice. But because I have got sagging from breastfeeding, I have got to go for a bigger implant to not have at the moment an uplift, which I'm only a B cup. So to me, even a talk as brief as it was about having an uplift, I was just really shocked actually, because I just kind of didn't expect that such a small breast would need a possible, you know, uplift. But it all depends on where your nipple's positioned, because they measure you from your collarbone down to your nipple, and it's the area that's underneath here that will also matter as well. So I did get away with having without having an uplift, which to me right now as I am, I really didn't want one, to be honest. In the future, when I, you know, decide to change my implants, because they don't last forever, you can get away with them for a very long time nowadays though. There's a complete, there isn't a say. Like I said to my surgeon, I said, oh, so will I have to change them in 10 years? He says, no. He says, they're not like that anymore. I'm having the Nagor Impleo. I don't know if I've said that right, because my surgeon, he's got a very broad accent, so I don't really know how I'm meant to say it, but it's the Nagor Impleo. They are actually made in the UK. This implant has got so many stories around it, but it is completely safe in the UK, and it also has a lifetime guarantee. So if I get capsular contracture, probably getting the words wrong, but if I do get where the capsule you know, forms around it and it hardens, then, or anything, to be honest, if anything happens, then Nagor Impleo are the only ones where you have a lifetime guarantee with your implant. That's not the surgeon's costs, obviously. You'd still have to pay for all of that to be done again, of course, but the actual implant you'll never have to buy again. Every implant's got its risks, and he did go through them with me. And after my pre-op, which I'll go into as well, they did actually give me quite a few printouts of all the issues that you can have with a breast augmentation, and I'm not lying, some of them I'd never heard of, and they might be minor, but they're quite high statistics. Some of them are as much as like 1 in 10 people will get it, 1 in 30 people, and there's quite a lot of different things actually which are associated you know, with things going wrong, some of them which will sort themselves. So you really do have to be so well informed, because you don't want to have your surgery going into it completely blind, and one of these things happens to you and you might think, oh, this is normal, but maybe it's not normal and you will need to actually go and speak to someone about it. So definitely do your research. We decided that my implants are going to be between, I've already consented on this as well, gave him a bit of artistic license to play around once he's made the pocket when I'm asleep, of course, between 460cc and 500. And I really wanted to have a high profile, but he was like, you don't need a high profile because of the tissue that I've got. Obviously, when that's lifted up, it should be okay. So I was like, well, you know, every cloud has a silver lining. They're saggy, but there's enough tissue there that I don't need a high volume implant. So we are going for the medium. But I don't know what size they're going to be until after I wake up from my surgery. But between 460 and 500, it's not too much of a difference, I don't think. I think when I was doing the rice test in the sock to weigh it out and wear them for a bit before my consultation, I think the difference between 5cc is like a teaspoon of rice. That's the difference in the weight. So if you work that out, you know, in your fives, it's not actually much more of a great deal between them. But I'm happy with the 500 because I do want to go bigger. My boobs weren't quite big when I was breastfeeding and they didn't stay, but they did, you know, get big for a bit, and I really like them like that. And I've got a good set of thighs on me, so I think it'll balance me out, and he completely agrees. And I think as well, because of the size of implant that I'm going to be going for, this has saved me as well from having to have, you know, the whole uplift and everything, because if I only wanted a small implant, then he wouldn't have done just that. I would have had to have, you know, the whole operation to have the uplift and implants as well. So I'm just so excited. Like, I think I'm boring everyone because no one cares about your boob job, only you. But I'm just so excited. Honestly, everyone's like, oh, you're getting nervous now. But no, I'm not. I'm not nervous at all. And yeah, my first consultation, it was literally just you telling the surgeon everything that you want. It's a bit of a, I mean, I don't know if this is for everywhere in the world, but certainly, as you know, here in the UK, if you're going to be getting if you're going to be taking any of your clothes off, then you do have a nurse that's in the room as well. So it's not just you and a male surgeon, there will be a nurse there as well, which can make you feel a bit uncomfortable. But you know what? You've got to do all this process because you're going to get your dream boobs if that's what you want. So just get your kit off. They don't care. They've seen it all before. So yeah, do expect that there will be 2 people in the room when you're obviously going to be trying on the implants, or at any point, to be honest, because on the second consultation, which was so super quick, all I did was sign some consent and tell him that I definitely do want it. I think they give you like a cool off period. So the nurse did still come in the room then, but I didn't even see any implants then. Like I say, we just went through and he confirmed with me again the risks. He confirmed with me again the size of the implants. He said he will do a sizer once I'm asleep, and then he will know which implant is best suited for my body between, like I say, 460cc and 500. So I consented to that. I shook his hand, and I still didn't have my appointment date for my surgery. And all I wanted and all I was expecting from my second consultation was that I was going to get my date for my surgery, because that is just all I wanted. And I actually had to wait 4 weeks to see him on the second consultation, and then 4 weeks were like torture. Honestly, I thought to myself, I could have had it done by now. So I was just really impatient, because when it's what you want, and especially at my age, 35, I know completely it's what I want. I've exhausted every avenue of anything else I can do to not have a boob job. But no, I want this so much. So obviously with anything, if you want it that bad, you want it yesterday, don't you? Let's face it. So yeah, the consultation, the second one was literally 10 minutes, but the first one was about 40 minutes. And yeah, I didn't have my date, and I was so impatient. And they said to me that his secretary would obviously ring me. They didn't know when, but it should have been in the next week, but I still hadn't heard anything. So I was ringing like, oh hi, it's Sammi, you know, just trying to get a date. And I did finally get my date, and from my second consultation to my actual operation date, it was 2 months. Well, about eight, yeah, probably was 2 months. Yeah, 8 weeks was 2 months into yeah. So I was so impatient again, but I was on a waiting list this time. So there was somebody else that because she was, or he was before me, they had to obviously offer that person the date first, but that person didn't want that date. So the difference between me having the date that I've got and the next day, it was another 3 weeks. So that would have been like just torture. It's torture waiting. Not because I'm getting nervous, just because I want it done. Like, I just want it done. So yeah, consultation, I mean, everything that I've watched on everyone else's videos as well, mine has been absolutely no different at all. I've had a bit of a wait from my first to my appointment day. My first appointment, like consultation with the surgeon, it was on the 26th of August, and my surgery date is less than a week away, and it'll be November the 12th, 2021, the day I get my boobies. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited for it, as you can tell. So I do ramble, I'm rambling, I know, because I'm just looking at my time on here, but it don't matter, like, I'm giving you information. And of course, anything I do miss in my excitement of making my first YouTube video, just drop me a message below and let's chat. Like, anything I can help you with, I really want to do that. Now, what I'm going to talk about next, because all the videos that I've watched on here, as brilliant as they are, I haven't really heard anyone talking about the pre-op procedure, and I really didn't know what on earth to expect from the pre-op other than a blood test. So my pre-op was only yesterday, and it's still all fresh in my mind, so I'll let you know what happened. So my appointment was at 1 o'clock. And basically I got there and I had to just sit in the reception and fill in like a checklist of any family or hereditary or issues with my health that I've had, any conditions that I've got or had, any medication that I'm on. There was a lot of boxes to tick. I had to write all the details on there, obviously regarding my next of kin and my phone number, all my private details, everything like that. And then after I'd done that, I was probably there for about a good hour, to be honest, maybe a bit longer. Hair's brighter than my future right now. I've literally had my hair done today, and I said to her, I don't want a grey toner anymore. I just want to go really blonde. And ever so off topic, definitely blonde. Anyway, divulging from the topic. So after I filled in all my paperwork, we went into a little room, and there she did all my observations. So she did the MRSA swabs. The swabs are taken just from the front of your nose, also from your armpit and from your groin area. I've never had this done before, so this was all new to me. I was just glad that I'd had a shave that morning. We'll say no more. She said that MRSA lives in all like the moist kind of areas. So yeah, hopefully they'll come back fine. And then I had a blood test. She did really good actually, because I've got really tiny veins. It's been said before. I had a condition years ago which was all to do with my blood, so it has been said many a times that I've got tiny veins, but she did it. I went a little bit, I don't like needles, and I know I've got my sleeve and everything, but that's different. I don't like having blood drawn. It just really makes me feel like passing out. I go really sweaty and I just feel so ill. And she noticed how sweaty I was getting, but you know, she did manage to get 4 vials of blood out of me. I can't really remember what she said that they were testing for. She definitely said that one of them was to test for my platelets, because I was concerned about that, because that is what my blood issue was years ago. It was to do with my platelets. I didn't have platelets, so my blood wasn't clotting. It was really quite serious. I had to have a big operation after that. So you'd think I'm so used to having blood drawn, but I'm not. I just hate it. I really do. And I made the stupid, I don't even know why I did it, but I looked and yeah, I don't even know why I did that. So after she'd done the blood and the MRSA swabs, she weighed me. And obviously this is to check for your BMI. I think it's as well to make sure that they know just how much anaesthetic to give you. So yes, she weighed me, she did my blood pressure, she put the little oxygen checker on my finger as well, and luckily all of those obs were perfect, there was no problem. So with me, my blood tests are always a worry because of what I went through years ago, so hopefully everything's going to be fine. So yeah, that was my pre-op done, and she was so lovely. Her name was Portia, and she, after I'd had all that done, because it's only a small hospital, because it's a private hospital, and it's just small and it's just clean and it's just really nice, and there's a really nice atmosphere in there. Everyone smiles at you, even though we've got masks on. Like, you can still tell when someone smiles at you. Well, I can anyway, I think. Might just be pulling faces, but hey. And she took me for a little walk around, and I saw the doors where it said for the theatre, and I didn't even get nervous there, and I was like, oh God, take me now. And then she showed me the room that I'll be staying in, which is so lovely. A really nice little room with an ensuite, of course, telly, heater, just lovely. Yeah, I'm really excited actually, because I will be staying overnight. The usual stay in the UK is just overnight, just so that they can run all the obs on you and everything. I think as well in my case it'll be because I'm not actually getting my admission time on surgery day is actually just after 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm guessing that I'm probably going to be one of his last surgeries that day, because the breast augmentation, on my paperwork it says that it can be around 90 minutes at the most. So obviously a breast augmentation don't really take too long, so it depends what other surgeries he has that day as well. But yeah, I've seen all the hospital, I've met, you know, the nurse Portia that's going to be looking after me when I'm there, and she's so lovely. We were having a good chat and everything. So that's what happens in your pre-op. You are literally just having all of your obs taken, so they've got a note of that. I've seen people have pregnancy tests and things. I don't know if they do that on the day of the surgery. I didn't have that taken yesterday on my pre-op. So that was it really. The pre-op's nothing to be worried about. Obviously I don't know if you're going to get a little guided tour of your hospital like I did. But yeah, I thought it was a nice touch, to be honest. So yeah, everything's wrapped up now. The last thing I've got to do is on Tuesday, it's currently Saturday. On Tuesday I've got to do my COVID test, which is here, and I've got to drop it off before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There is literally, at reception, there's like, it looks like a post box, shall we say, and I just have to drop it into there. That's the latest time. It's got to be, they will empty the bin thing, the post box thing at 2, so it's got to be in there before 2. And then I have to self-isolate then from Tuesday until obviously I go to the hospital on Friday for my operation. I mean, can you believe I'm so excited about having my skin cut open and having something shoved in there? Well, I am. So yeah, I mean, let's see how this video goes. But like I say, my whole consultation process and the whole story behind my breast augmentation has just been so long, and now it's happening. I'm just over the moon. I just feel really lucky. And yeah, let's keep this a nice positive space. No hate. Don't need to do that. Just be kind always, because you're only going to get reported and blocked if you're nasty. So just don't do it. And if you've stuck to the end, then thank you so much. I am going to do a video next regarding all the items that I've got that are going to help me in my recovery after the operation, and also packing my bag for the hospital, just so you know what I'm taking if you're having an overnight stay, because a lot of the videos and things that I've watched have really helped me, so I kind of took bits of what everyone said, and yeah, I'm just going with that. So the next video, please join me. Like I say, it's going to be essential items for before and after your surgery, and I'm also going to talk about what foods to eat and what foods to avoid as well, because I've been so good over the last 5 weeks, and I just want to be as healthy as I can before my surgery, which I also think is important. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Mwah. Take care everyone. Bye.